Manager Marty here, back with another video. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I encourage you, if you already haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel, like these videos, share these videos, and even comment in the comment section below because I love getting and giving feedback. Now, I have started a weekly show. No, it's not a show, is it? No, it's a weekly conversation. There it is, a weekly dialogue. It's called Boxing the Business, where we explore and navigate through the business side of boxing. Now, it's not just a dialogue or a conversation that's trying to expose negative and bad things that happen in the sport of boxing. That's not what this channel or this dialogue or conversations will be about. It's really about exposing the good things about the business of boxing, navigating through what really happens behind the scenes to materialize fights that we all are entertained by seeing. Now, here's the thing. This is not a situation where I'm going to be interviewing people. No, I just want to have conversation. I just want to have dialogue. I leave that up to the professional podcasters, and journalists and stuff like that. I'm not qualified to do those things. I'm a person that just like to having conversations with people. So why not? I'm Manager Marty. I help people and fighters manage their boxing careers. So why not help the fans, educate the fans, and manage, right? The opportunity. Manage the opportunity to provide education so that when fights do materialize behind the scenes or when fights don't materialize behind the scenes, instead of the fans turning off from boxing, right, because they're not getting the fights they want, I think if the fans were more educated about the nuances and just the little things that happen behind the scenes to materialize a fight, maybe, just maybe, the fans will be more inclined to be more understanding. Right? So I want to incorporate it all. So every week we're going to do an episode of conversations and dialogue with boxers, managers, professional trainers, promoters if we can, amateur boxers, amateur coaches. Why not everybody get a form of entertainment and education? I mean, hey, that's what my channel is about anyway. But you know what? You don't want to hear me talking just on this little intro. You want to see dialogue. You want to be educated, right? Well, we about to get into it. This is our first episode of Boxing the Business with a good friend of mine from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, former Olympian, former champion, contender, and current Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Famer, my main man, pots and pans, Ivan Mighty Robinson. And as my subscribers already know this, y'all know what I'm going to say. Roll the tape.
Well, you have to get up. My thing is this. At the end of the day, y'all all men.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta sit down at the table, man, and break bread. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think what's feasible in any management situation with the fighter, and just like in a marriage and a relationship, is trust, dog.
It's trust.
And if all three of y'all get together and you want to outweigh it on amount of votes, then that's how you do it.
Right.
If you want to not do it that way, they want to go with what you say, then we go on my way. Mm-hmm. If we want to go with the trainer, we go with the trainer. Right. But at the end of the day, we go with whatever makes us feel comfortable. And if it makes us feel comfortable that the fighter don't want to fight, then I'm not taking it. Right. If the fighter wants to fight, I'm taking it. And he tells me to take it, I'm taking it.
Yeah. I agree with you. But if the fighter tells me, the manager, that he'll take the fight, and then I do my due diligence, do everything I got to do to talk to the promoters and, get him on the card, I'm doing my job. But then an hour or two later, he talks to his trainer, and the trainer tell him not to take the fight. And now I done did all the stuff I was supposed to do as a manager to build, the anticipation with the promotion to get him on the card. And then the fighter comes, I talked to my trainer. He said, no, I put all of the bricks in place for you to be on the card with the promoter. But now you telling me I got to call a promoter back within 2 hours and tell him that's a no-go. Now it makes my business harder. It makes my name and reputation, trash out here in the streets. And we can't allow that. So at some point, the trainer and the manager have to come together and be on the same page.
Exactly. That's
You
the way it's
understand?
always.
And then this is what I told, like in my situation, I told the trainer very simple. Your job is to train your fighter to win.
Exactly.
Bottom line, you're not the manager, you're not the promoter, you may have opinions, but you can't use your influence as a trainer to get into the fighter's head to show the fighter that the manager don't know what he's doing,
But see,
the promoter don't have it. That's not cool, bro.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing with this generation nowadays. And I hate to keep using this and saying it, but that was the difference between my trainer and my manager, which was Eddie Woods. It was like, and the difference between fighters back then and fighters now, which I can't, and I will never deny the difference between the both of us, and I will never put us in the same category because we're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the difference with me was like, dog, my manager didn't have to go to my dad and I'm gonna say, we fighting this guy, because at the end of the day, or before the day started, if we got a call and my manager got the call and they was like, well, we want Ivan. It was a no-brainer. You already knew what I was gonna say.
Yes.
How much time did I have?
Yeah.
When we going? Where's
Yeah.
that? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much of a conflict. Fighter want to be the manager, he want to be the fighter, he want to be the trainer. Dog, stay in your place. Be
Stay
the
in
fighter.
your lane. Yeah.
Let the trainer train your ass.
That's
Let
right.
the manager do his job.
That's right.
And y'all be a great couple.
Everybody be a great team. I agree. And or the fighter will outprice himself. You know, I'm the manager. I know exactly the questions to ask the promoter to see what the budget looks like, to understand what's happening. Are we fighting on a network, or are we just fighting a local, a local show? You know, those things affect how much a fighter gets paid.
Right.
But you can't tell me, well, I'm worth $15,000. Bro, you're a 4-round fighter. Relax. You're not there
You're
yet.
not getting no 50.
You're not getting. You ain't
Not
getting
even if you're an
15,000.
opponent, you ain't
Not
getting
even.
no
Not even a opponent. Calm down
unless you
for a minute.
Butterbean. Then that's
Yeah,
something
brother
different.
bean.
Yeah.
Or watch this. You might be a $1,000 4-round fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's okay. Especially when you have good representation. But now the next part of that is you gotta be able to sell tickets, bro. You gotta be, listen, that's how it is in this business. I know nobody wanna hear that because they'll say, well, I got a manager and a promoter. It's their job to do all the paying for the expenses. And that's partly true. But at some point as a good businessman, I have to recoup my initial investment plus make a profit. Or I'm just in the business to losing money.
Well, I think that's why there are times and needs that guys like you need to sit down with other trainers and managers and talk. I'm one of them. I'm new to this game.
Yeah.
As far as the management, as far as the fight game, ain't much you can tell me about it.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
But we need to sit down and talk about those things, because at the end of the day, I still think that fighters are blind to the fact of what's going on.
Yes, they
You know
are.
what I'm saying?
They are.
Because, like I said, I'm not mad at Floyd. What he's doing, yo, he's stealing money, but Floyd know how to get that money.
Know how to
I'm
get
not
it.
mad at him for that.
How to get it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, shit, I wish he would have took me under his wing and taught me that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have a whole lot better situation with knowing what's going on. But that's what it is. And then on top of it, all the legendary trainers are gone, man. I hate to say they did. We just lost Buster Drayton last night.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
Wow.
lost Buster
Wow.
last night. So, now even the fighters are disappearing now, man.
Yeah.
So things is definitely crazy. But I don't know why these guys think in one fight they can be a millionaire.
Can't be no one fight. You got to build yourself up. And this is a credit to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had the right people around him. Good representation.
Exactly.
And most fighters in this business, and I said this on they don't have it. So good representation is priceless, bro. When you have a manager or promoter that understands this business, who has the fighter's best interest, I don't think the fighter can go wrong. But the fighter at some point has to learn the business.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why I was motivated to get into management, to educate and empower the fighters. I mean, let's keep it 100. Nobody really making no real money off of these fighters when you 4, 6, 8 rounders. We got to keep it 100. So it's not about the money. It's got to be about the love of the sport of boxing.
And that's what people didn't
That's
understand.
what it's about,
when
the
I
love
came,
of the game.
Yeah, when I came out, man, it wasn't even about the money. 'Cause I wasn't making no whole lot of what, $40,000, $50,000 fight. That was a lot of money
That is a
back
lot
in
of
the
money.
day.
50,000
yeah,
for the 90s.
That's
Yeah,
a
for a
lot of
fight,
money.
yeah.
But I wasn't worried about that, man. It was about me being in the right position at the right time. I just love guys like you and the world just to know who I was and what I could do. I wasn't caring about getting a $50,000 check, man. Come on, it meant, don't get me wrong, it meant a lot. But at the end of the day, it wasn't really about, Mighty, you gonna sign a $50,000 check to fight? No, nigga. That nigga across the street named Mark, that's the nigga I gotta fight. That's the nigga I gotta worry about. $50,000 check is gonna be there. You know, and I don't, I just think that a lot of fighters take it for granted, man. And that's why I really wish that we could have these type of discussions with fighters, man. You know what I'm saying?
I should do a webinar for fighters. I should do like a course to
everybody
be able to educate the fighters.
And everybody has different agendas. Everybody's been in different circumstances. Everybody's seen the bad, everybody's seen the up, everybody's seen the middle. You know what I'm saying? You as a manager, you know what it is to do certain things. You're a great organizer. You know what I'm saying? You know how to go out there and get that money.
I'm going to get the money for the fight.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And that's what I think it was about my manager. He knew how to talk because he was treasurer in Local 107. So he had millions of guys he used to get money for. So he knew how to talk to get that money.
Yes, he
so
did.
That's how he knew how to give me that money. I knew how to do his.
That's all you got to worry about, though. Because it's so much.
Well,
it's so much. Much, bro.
See, I know how to do this. But see, guys nowadays that know how to do this, thinking like, yo, since I know how to do this, man, my hands is worth $5 million.
No.
Nigga, your TV worth $3,000. Fuck you talking about? Come on, man. No, it ain't funny. I'm serious.
No, you're right though,
I'm
bro.
serious.
You're right, bro. You're right. So you got to learn the business. I'll give you an example. No names. Had a fighter who I went out there and talked to some people, to get him some of that endorsement money. I believe that fighters should have some sort of income in between fights. That's just my philosophy as a manager. So
they don't know nothing about that.
I know, but I'm just saying it's my job to educate them, right? So I go out there, I'm doing all this lobbying to get a particular fighter some money in between fights. Now I had an attorney, personal injury lawyer in Philly, not gonna say his name. He was ready to give me $3,500. $3,500. Basically just had the fighter put my t-shirt on and be in the gym and post it on Instagram. Just to build, the cross-marketing of the lawyer getting advertisement for his firm and then the fighter getting a couple dollars in his pocket. Cross-marketing. And then I said, well, look, if you give us $3,500, right? Every time we have a fight and you keep giving us more money, we'll give you more tickets in exchange so that you can bring a guest or 2 or 3 or 4, we'll accompany you at the show, at the event. You get front row, you get whatever you want, VIP, you know what I mean? But what we're gonna do is have the fighter advertise your logo on his trucks so that not just while he's in training, but while he's at the same very show that you're at, you can actually see, your logo visible. But think about it, the fight is 4 rounds and it's 3 rounds per fight. That's a 12-minute moving billboard in front of hundreds or thousands of fans. So now it is getting that endorser or that business owner a lot of marketability, a lot of visibility. And so what happens is he says, look, before I cut you the check for $3,500, I'm gonna need to see the Instagram and Facebook and all of that to see what kind of following your fighter has, to see what kind of fighter he is outside of the ring, as far as him being a stand-up guy. Now, you know me, I'm giving him the truth. Look, my fighter's a good fighter. He's a family man. He just goes to train. He goes home with his family. He's a clean-cut guy. Well, the attorney goes and do his due diligence before he cuts the check, as he should have, as a good businessman. And he went on the social media platform of this particular fighter and saw that this particular fighter was, I don't know if they was joking or not, but it doesn't matter. He was in a domestic environment with the woman that he was dealing with.
I know that cut everything.
Attorney said he can't cut the check. And I had to respect that. My point is that fighters have to understand too, that they have to know how to market themselves outside the ring and carry themselves a certain way. Because as me, I'm gonna go get you that money, especially in between the fight. I'm gonna get you the money for the fight with these promoters, the right amount that you're supposed to be compensated for, and then in between the fights, I'm gonna make sure we get you that endorsement money. That's what I do. I can't speak for what everybody else do, but me, I think the fighter should always find different ways to generate revenue, because the thing is, when it's over, and you know this as a legend, when it's over, it's over.
It's over, yeah.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for manager Marty. Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you. Thank you very much.